Let's just cover off the bad weather for the rest of today across Christchurch. What do we need to know, John?
Well, it is going to be a wet story as we head through the rest of today for Wednesday, but also through in towards Thursday. Low pressure sits out towards the east of us, and it feeds that wet weather on towards the Canterbury region as we head through the rest of today and in towards tomorrow, with some pretty high rainfall totals, especially across those northern parts of the country. It's going to also be cold. The combination of that cold air and that wet weather brings a risk of some snowfall about the higher part of the region as well. But generally for Christchurch, it's looking like a pretty wet and fairly cold and grey looking story for the rest of Wednesday.
I know we're in an orange warning. Any thoughts? Well, could they be upgraded at this stage, John?
Our biggest area of concern is those northern parts of Canterbury, north about Amberley and up towards the Kaikoura region. That's where we're going to find the rain slowest to clear, some of the highest totals there. And there is that higher chance of perhaps seeing that orange warning being upgraded to a red warning. So it is something we're keeping a very close eye on. And as always, the best advice is to really keep up to date with the forecast. Keep an eye on the Met Service website and keep up to date with the information from the local emergency management teams in your area as well. They've got all the latest information. I'll keep you informed as well.
John, a heavy snow warning, which is currently orange for the Canterbury High Country. What do we need to know about that, John?
Well, May is really going to start off in a cold feel. So that cold air is coming up from the south, and it's going to undercut that moisture we've got coming in from the east. And the combination of the two is enough to bring the risk of that heavy snowfall about those higher parts of Canterbury, particularly above about 800 metres. That's our biggest at-risk area. And those areas south of the Rangitata River are the ones we're really keeping a close eye on at the moment. But heavy snowfall in those regions. Also, just a combination of those winds and that cold air as well, making it feel a fair bit colder too. And of course, down to about 800 metres, that's low enough to impact some of those higher passes. So worth bearing in mind for those trips over the Alps. And if you can avoid perhaps doing it as we go through the rest of today and tomorrow, I think you'll find a much better, safer journey.
When is this bad weather, dare I ask, expected to ease? It's looking sort of okayish Friday and also the weekend.
Yep, that's exactly it. The next 2 days are really the pinch points for us. We'll find the heaviest rainfall with us as we head through today and in towards that first part of Thursday. Clearing away from the south first, so places down towards Timaru, seeing a bit of better weather by the end of the day on Thursday. What we'll find as we head in towards the weekend, it does get better. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, generally looking like drier conditions back across Canterbury. We will still find pretty breezy weather around the likes of Banks Peninsula, and our winds have switched around to southerlies, so our temperatures are going to be lacking somewhat, but definitely not as wet as we head towards the weekend.
I suppose we can say welcome to early winter. John Law from Met Service, thanks so much for your update this afternoon.
Thanks, Chris.